I think I've got a couple of them in service, so I'll only have to do a little bit of that, and then I'm going to go and do whatever. It's not 50 or double fame day yet, so I'm not going to worry about that at the minute. So I've got this Camry. Now when I go through these tabs, what I'm trying to do is open up the tabs as you go through to try and get some of the longer races, especially in the Hendricks one that I'm obviously going to need before long, because that's the next, it looks like it's the next race team event, but they often throw a curveball in. It could be actually anything, but it looks like that anyway. So here I'm going to go in the Speedway one. I don't think I've got great to the service in here. I'll probably eat that up, I'd imagine. I was going to work for it a little bit anyway. Now I only logged into my Google Plus account on this one. I'm not logged into Facebook, so my name appears differently. I've got all the 4 Nascars now. I did this previously, I think, when the car was big time in the red. Because what I try and do on these tabs, I try and do some of them while they are in the red, just to cut down on some of the service time. And I like sometimes going on to Google Plus only, because I get a different set of people on Google Plus from obviously the Facebook usual lot, if you like. Now all these Nascars, that if you get quite a clear track, you can actually go around the whole speedway quite comfortably without coming off the accelerator at all if you're on manual controls like I am. It's only when you're in a draft that it gets a little bit dicey on the corners. I might actually sit behind this front one here and see if I can get him up a little bit. Get his speed up a little bit. Because I've not got that many ups on this car. See if he actually wants to go anywhere or not though. For those of you that haven't got the Nascars, when you see the speed changing into yellow there, that means you're in a draft, and this bloke is just really slow. So I don't intend sitting behind him, so I was gonna starting to get going a bit now. But some of the other Nascars, when you get to when you've already won the event previously, you can get a better speed off of them. This is something we've all been trying for ages before this drafting come out, just as a, you know, just like a pretend thing really, like you imagine you're going to get slipstream, but wasn't part of the game, but now it is. It makes it so much better. So it doesn't take long before these cars go into the red. You only seem to get 1 or 2 races out, and quite often it's only 1 race. So I'm just going to try something else in that, just to see if I can hopefully get, I mean you only need to get a third place anyway to get onto the next tab. What I'm trying to do really is to try and open up as many tabs as I can to give me a chance of, you know, doing the longer races and going for higher speeds and stuff. You can obviously get higher speed and draft longer if you need to when you've got, say, a 6-lap race at Speedway and above that. Right, I'm just going to look if I can have a look if I can do anything else rather than having to service it. So Suzuka East there, I might be able to do that totally in the red because they're not exactly very fast around here. Right, 3 laps around here. So even though it's totally in the red, you still may well have a pretty good chance of even winning the race. Even though it's going to be a bit obviously slippy slidey and not particularly fast. And being in the draft of these doesn't exactly help. But all I'm really looking for is to try and get top 3, just so it's one nearer to open another tab, and then I'll sort of work my way back through the series at a later, whenever I get a chance really. But going through these series, my main focus is to open as many tabs as I can. One thing I realised the other day, if you use automatic gas, that gives you gas on all the time, and then you obviously override that with your brake, so you've got gas and brake. If you use tilt B, which is, you know, manual gas and manual brake, that actually gives you 3 options. Then you've got gas, brake and coasting, which obviously you can't have with tilt A. And that's when sometimes people have said that they're struggling with getting pitted by the robot cars as they're going past you, and I obviously do get pitted, but I cope with it a lot better than most, is because when I come off the gas I'm coasting. Obviously when you are on tilt A you haven't got that luxury, and I'm sure that's probably what it is. Right, so second to do for that. Because, as I say, I'm only going for the opening the tabs. You want to be careful with this decals thing as well, because you can buy them and they cost you a blooming fortune. Yeah, so as I say, I went onto this Google Plus account only today because for some reason this team tag where it says GUR1 is obviously one of my chat lounge teams, and I'm in that one at the minute. That kept saying Met4, whatever that is. I've got no idea what that is, but that kept saying Met4, so I've gone onto here just to clear that name off of it. More than anything else, the racing dollars and the gold and all that is, and the cars is no, you know, they're not any different at all. Let's see if I can get anything else out of it. The things you struggle with are normally the speed snaps, the what else? What's the long one? Speed record, and the drag races. Quite often you can't get past them when the car's totally in the red. But a lot of the things you can get away with. And I seem to get quite a lot of hang times again, which I won't getting for quite a while. Right, so that, I don't need that. What have we got on 5? What was on there? Right, Elimination Motor Speedway. I'm not going to be able to catch the cars with it being so slow, I don't think. Right, now this is what I get problems with quite a lot when I go onto another race like this. If I press it like I did, and it goes onto there, then chances are that's now going to stay like that for about 5 minutes. And you'll probably end up with an advert coming through of, you know, like an EA advert or whatever, but that probably won't clear, I don't think. Well, it will in about 5 minutes. So. So what I will do is I'm going to stop this and I will come back in whatever 5 minutes, and then unless anyone wants to ask anything. I was looking at some past chat things on here. So the trouble is, when it goes like this, I don't know if anyone else gets this, but it doesn't matter whatever you press, that will not clear. It seems to be on some sort of timer, and it just freezes, but it does clear normally in about sort of 5 minutes, or sometimes even 10 minutes. So it is quite annoying. That message from Chris Allen there, have you just sent that through, Chris? Because it doesn't give me any details when that come through. I don't know if it's from a previous one or this one. It's quite strange how this chat thing goes. They don't tell you. Yeah, they don't give you like a break-off point from one stream to another. No, I've not streamed for quite a while now. So if you're wondering why is it all stopped, it's stopped because the game freezes for me, and it seems to go through cycles. It's like it sticks like it has now for like 5-10 minutes, and then I think they must push a little fix out or something. It then seems to sort itself out, and then lo and behold, another few weeks later it's back to the same old, getting stuck again. But usually when it comes back to life, there's usually an EA advert, and I think it's when they're pushing those adverts through that it somehow just seems to stop the cycle. What sort of old racing street cars. Oh, you put in there Honda and Mazda and stuff. What sort of era are you thinking about? I'd like to see it open up with some more of like the blank pane series, or German touring cars, or British touring cars. Those type of cars. I'd like to see a lot more of them. The game's stuck. It goes like this. I see now it's just appears. It just seems to be, and then all of a sudden it comes back to life. It's quite weird. Right now, I don't think I've got any chance of this elimination with the car. Top speed 178. I would say it's probably got no chance, but I like to just try these just to see if anyone's really slow. And it comes back to life, but I very much doubt it. You probably, if I can get into someone's draft straight away, so I don't, and then maybe nip into his draft a minute, and then nip inside of him. Now if this lot go quite slow round the corner, which they quite often do, you might be able to catch somebody's draft. Well, one's gone off there, that was good. Well, fair enough, we like that then. Well, I don't think I'm going to catch him again now, so let's probably put paid to that. But never say never, I suppose. So I don't think I probably would have got third there anyway. I probably would have got maybe fourth at a push. Well, I might still get him on the corner here though. It is possible, because they're normally pretty slow on these bends. I need to catch his draft quick though. Well, now the trouble is we're on a long straight and I'm not going to be able to get him before a bend, I don't think. If I could just get past him, that would be one more segment. So if you're at the Richmond, you're probably right, or obviously if you didn't get taken out by, oh, what's his name, you'd be alright. Right, I'm going to put that into service, I think, because that's not really going to be any good. Right, so I've got the SS, so that means I've got the Fusion. These Nascars, I personally think these are the best thing that's ever happened to this game. It's like a whole new game they've put in. It's not just like a new, you know, Ferrari or a new whatever, BMW or whatever. It's just, it is a whole new game in itself, I think. Well, I can't do anything more on there. So that, what's them two are in service. What we got on that? Right, so that one, oh, 16 laps, that's a bit of a race, isn't it? I think I'll have old Eric. What sort of Koenigsegg, or however you spell it. I'm going to do other races after this Nascar because I'm going to be, I can't do a lot more on these anyway. Main thing I'll look for is that my tag changes from that Met 4 to my proper team, Guru Team 1. I don't know about you, but I always tend to try and start. Oh, it's a bit rough out here tonight. Right, you are going over there. I'm not messing about with you, Sonny Jim. Yeah, I wanted to tag back as my real name. I tend to stick on the inside of here most of the time. And as you go through these NASCARs, they definitely get more difficult, and the bots get a lot more disrespectful to you the further through the series, it seems. Now, I know a lot of people have had trouble with some of the races later in the series, and I'm yet to get to that. But some of these robots, they are unbelievable how they, you know, they'll just come straight across sideways into you. But just stay on the inside as much as possible, I do. Now, when NASCAR first came out, I absolutely hated it. Now, I really like it. I seem to lose a lot of room there. Now, it worries me every time I go out to the right here, because I think that seems to be a dangerous position to be in. They say on the pop-ups, get the best speed and stuff by staying on the right, but it always seems to me, go on the right hand side, and that's when you're going to get taken out. We should be hitting all the back markers now, so it's still going to be about getting through some of the traffic, I would think. Now, I'm sure I will get spun off at some point. I seem to get spun off almost every race, it seems, around here. Right, how far is he? Right, there he is. So will he get held up by anybody? I don't think you'd win this if you did much of the old drifting as you go around somehow. It's alright on elimination, but around here, it's, I mean, one off even now and you wouldn't win a race. push someone off the road. As if I'd do anything like that. There you cheeky little git. More. 21. Right, so Dubai Club, that's probably about 3 billion miles, isn't it? So the next tab to open, I need one more. So that's Endurance Suzuka West, or, oh, I've got that here, haven't I? I'll have that. I'll chuck it round now. And that'll probably be the last one of these Nascars today. $27, I bet you're about 57 if you're a day. Where you lot from anyway? What sort of countries are we talking about? Roster, you've got to be Dutch, I would imagine. Well, I'm not going to use the auto engineer for this one. Oh, well, that wasn't very nice of him, was it? Could be a bit more of a target, I suppose. That takes me to look at the other screen, wouldn't it? You know, this drifting, I've got quite like drifting now. I used to hate it at one point. Now, thing is, these NASCARs, they seem to open up a whole new world in this game. Because they're sort of fast and strong, they're grippy. You know, you can be quite boisterous and stuff with them. Plus, you can skid them if you want to. And it's just a brilliant series, I think. Right, you behave yourself over there in that white thing. Right, free. Let it go past you a minute. I much prefer it now that they've changed the game, that the cars, when you hit the other cars, they don't all sort of fold up instantly. There's a bit of tolerance with it now. Come on, you, hurry up. So you're getting that old slipstream, and it certainly does affect your grip. I think if they said you can now have either NASCAR or the game, I would just pick NASCAR. It's got so many new variations. It's just better, I think. It's given a new dimension to the game. Right, I better get past this one because I'm never going to get top 3 otherwise. You know, seen that before, have we? Right, so it looks like all that messing about I've been doing and that bit of spinning off is going to cost me winning, but I'm going to open the tab up, which is the most important thing. And then the blooming accelerator don't work. What happened to him then? We've got no hope with the leader, he's gone. So I might as well have a bit of a enjoy myself with a bit of. I might as well skid the thing about a bit because I'm not going to end up losing second, I wouldn't have thought. Well, you might if you do that. Oh, we've got third, that'll do. Third will do me nicely. We'll see if that opens up one of the other tabs, because I think I was only one out. Yeah, we don't care about money, get off. Right, so that's good, it's not quite gone in the red, so that'll give me one more tab to do before that gets put in service for the night. I've seen that speedway on like YouTube clips and stuff, and when they, like the camera is right next to the track, the noise that them things make as they go past is unbelievable, and the wind they will sort of generate is fantastic looking, but the actual concept of it to me sounds rubbish, just going round and round and round. But the only trouble is because these Nascars, because they've only got Suzuka Indian at Richmond, it sort of ruins it. I've got Dubai there, Hunter. Oh, that's about 3 billion. I don't fancy 17 laps around there. Dubai Oval. I don't fancy that either. I think I might just put it in service. As you can see, I've only got 3 mechanics. I used to have unlimited when I first started playing it, but I changed to Android and started again, and since then I only had, I think, 2, then up to 3. Right, I was going to do one in something else. I don't really know what to choose, to be honest. Look at that garage, and like we get the garage now, you get, it's like it's all filled up with the Nascars, isn't it? Nascars Zondara I got a couple of weeks ago. That's my most recent acquisition. Obviously the if you notice these, as you do these arrows come up. Let's go to the right here. They come up, I don't know if you noticed, but they come up in order you've got the car. So that was my most recent one. Or was it a Chevy? Yeah, it was, yeah, that Hendrix thing. What was that Hendrix thing there? What one's the Hendrix? Was it that thing? suppose it is. They come up in the order that you get the car, so that was like the last Nascar I got. The third one I won was that Camry, and then I bought the Zonda R. SS was my second Nascar, and the Fusion was the first one I won. And obviously the cheap thing, I haven't serviced that, only takes a minute as well. Obviously the Boxer, that must have been the last car that we won. What was one before that then? That must have been, oh, it's that Koenigsegg Agera where I've done the Martini thing on. I've done that video on that, and that I've left it in that like dark grey come matte black colour, but then I've had to sacrifice a bit of the what you call it, a bit around the Martini is less because of that. But when I looked at a few of the pictures, it did say that this dark black one was, you know, one of the ones that they sort of have put out. But it's got a lovely shape, that car, isn't it? But it's quite awkward when you're doing them stripy things on the back, when you get the back into that shape. What, Agera R or Zonda R? I must admit that Agera R, it took me ages and ages to save up for that, and I think I've only driven it twice since. I might not even be able to drive it. I don't. It's something that you really need to obviously drive a fair bit, because it's got real big top speed on it, but it's not. It's certainly got a lot better brakes than the Bugatti Veyron, but so I haven't still got that or that. So there's still a couple I haven't got yet. Right, I'll chuck this round here. So I don't even know if, oh, I'm up against robots. Oh, so it looks like the internet's gone. Sure, the internet hasn't gone. It hasn't gone. I've got full internet, but I've lost connection with the game server for some reason. Now on here at my clock it's just approaching midnight, so hopefully this isn't going to be my first race of the day. I'll just do this, and then tomorrow morning when I wake up in the morning I'll start doing a few 10 lappers, because it's going to be double fame day, I think at 9 o'clock in the morning for me. And this has got the usual hang time again. Going to another series by the look of it. Oh, by the way, if any of you have got me as friends on Google Plus, where it says down the bottom there, GUR1, that's my team. Can you just let us know by Facebook message or a post or whatever if that has now changed to GUR1, where it says real R, rather than what you used to say MET4. Well, I'm not worried about wood anyway, so I'll just do a few different views so you can just have a look at the car, what it looks like. And I definitely can't drive it in this view anyway. No idea of the braking points, because I don't use it. I don't know what sort of speed this is going to get. I'm looking at that tablet again. I'm not even sure this car's even suited to this track. This really wants to go around Le Mans, this car, I think. But I'm not even sure there's even a race for it round there. I might have a lap in each. Come on, get that piece of crap out of it. I might have a lap in each view. I don't even know what the cockpit looks like in here. I'd imagine it looked pretty good. Now see, instantly I want to get a draft off of it, but it obviously don't work in here. Right, I presume the braking point is going to be that Zonda R, if I'll time it right. So the braking point is going to be just before the chase in here, because I obviously got that wrong. Right, I'm going to have one in this view. Timing weren't right, braking point weren't right there. All this messing about I've been doing with drifting lately, it definitely seems to be, because I now enjoy it, it's definitely starting to creep into my game more. It's all pretty much guesswork where the braking points and stuff are when you know, you just don't drive the car. Now here, I think I probably need to do it about here maybe. Wow, that is even too late there. That is very surprising. So all anyone uses this Agera R4 is to go top speed and obviously go straight off the end at down the bottom of the hill at, down the Conrod Straight there, just to get the full top speed. Still hit the corner. So you have to come off the accelerator on these couple of bends there at McPhillamy. Whereas in a lot of the cars you can virtually take that flat out. Right there, I can probably brake a little bit later. Well, I've took no idea, no notice of the speedo, so I'm presuming you should get about 230 maybe down here, without going off the end. Just over 230, I think. Just chop the corner off, why don't you? Well, I'm going to have one in cockpit view to finish it off. Well, it's certainly red, isn't it? Looks a big old car, doesn't it, from in here? Looks wide and beefy. Oh, and you can't see where the top, you can't see out the window either. This is going to be a bit of a mission going through the S's in this view. I think it's all going to be a bit of a guesswork until you get used to it. Well, you can't see where the road goes. We don't care about that, do we? Foot down. Right, hang on to your hats. Well, that was, I think that was more luck than judgment. I am pretty lucky though, it has been said. That can't be right, can it? You can't even see where you're going. Oh, that's it, someone's turned the lights on. Oh, that was close. I might have even lost that. Oh, I did as well, what a dickhead. Yeah, you couldn't see out of that thing going down that hill at all, could you? I hope I didn't need to win that race. I probably did. See, that needs service as well. Still, at least it gives me a bit of an idea how to drive it for next time, I suppose. Right, I think that'll do for today because the battery's going to go low. So I'll put them on charge. And I'll see you all on another stream soon. Thanks for being here. See you again. Cheers.